Hello everyone, this is Corinth Landwalker, and tonight we have another exciting episode of Star Trek Online. It is a special day, in a manner of speaking, although actually it might have been yesterday, and to be honest I'm not even sure what exact day it is, but for the purposes of my stream, this is the 11th anniversary of the birth of Star Trek Online. And so they've got all sorts of anniversary events going on, hunting down Omega particles for tech upgrades, new missions for the Year of the Klingon arc, which I will save for another time. Let's see. The ability party poppers. If you do certain events, you will make progress towards a tier 6 ship. Well, why don't we actually get into the game and we can see some of the details. Just some of the details, because we're still going to be going on with the Delta Quadrant arc for the character Tel-El here. But, ooh, my secondary objective says defeat Vadwar ground.
The data from your mission against the
This is something that could work out pretty well today. We're not ready for you yet, Mena. Go away. You see, from now until roughly 19 days now, maybe closer to 18, you can work towards this starship here. Look at it well, because I plan to have this character in that ship in the not horribly distant future. It'll be at least a couple weeks, because it'll take me that long to do the daily requirements. For basically, each of these events give you progress towards your daily requirement. And you can see they've got a number of possibilities here. You've got 2 missions here, which are the early parts of the Jaula, the House Divided arc. I guess that's a better way to put it. Including the 2 new ones. Or you could do some of the task forces that are related to all of that. Or you can get patrols, or the old standby Omega particle stabilizations, which will also access for you rewards involving party poppers, which is a really entertaining one this year. Unlocking a bunch of emotes, that sort of thing. And you'll notice that these 2 will only give you 1 progress, so you'd have to do either 2 of these, or 1 of each, or you can do just one of any one of these, and that counts as your progress. As you can see, I've done 1 of them. I have not completed, and that was basically knowledge is power here. I have not completed a leap of faith, and I will probably have a rant on that on my blog at some point, because, well, I'll save it for later. But suffice to say is, I was not greatly impressed with it. Actually, to be honest, I wasn't horribly impressed with the first one either, but we're saving that for the blog. We're not going to do that here, because this is about Tel-El. So we're going to do a quick recap. When last we left our intrepid, maybe I shouldn't use intrepid, that's Voyager. Our steadfast captain here, she had just finished helping out the Kobali, and had learned that there were perhaps something else behind the Vadwar offensive that ties back to an early Next Generation episode involving controlling parasites, not to be confused with the symbionts like the Trill. We got out of the Vadwar homeworld, well, at least their home base, their base of operations. Regardless, we got out with our lives, and now it is time to see what we can do with that knowledge. So now, we will speak with Minna. And you'll notice that we are more than halfway through the arc here. So you can see that there was a lot going on for this expansion. For the Delta Rising expansion. Although to be fair, there are a couple of them, these two here, the last two, which I won't go into too much detail right now, that came after the fact. But they were kind of a bridge between this story arc and the next. So, as you may have guessed from my stream title today, it might be time to build some bridges.
Shows they are a bigger threat than we ever anticipated. Our forces are stretched thin. The Alpha Quadrant Alliance cannot fight a prolonged conflict in the Delta Quadrant. We must work to form an alliance of species here. Admiral Tuvok and Captain Kim are working on a plan and have requested your assistance.
Alright, let's see. Rewards are traditional. Experience points, expertise, and dilithium. I see we're back to normal XP. The double XP period is done. Darn. And then we have an interesting personnel reward, Hierarchy Officer. More on that when we get there. In the meantime, let's go to the Aliens system. Where is that in comparison with where we're at? Well, once again, it's a long trip, so we are going to take the shortcut. Ordinarily, I'd prefer to do the actual traveling, because that's how I roll. But I do not want to impose upon the viewers spending the time watching starships go through sector space for an extended period of time. So, object. I think their tech people need to do a little bit of work here. Alliance science teams have been studying the spatial anomalies found in this region of space in an attempt to determine whether they are being created by energy bleed-off from the Hirogen Communications Network. Although the Hirogen have refused to allow teams to board the communications arrays to take more detailed readings, USS Voyager may soon be sent into the area to make a closer study of the phenomenon. Well, I think that the folks of the Voyager would have a pretty good idea of how those things work, since they kind of hijacked one to make contact with the Federation for the first time when they were stuck in the Delta Quadrant way back when. So, let's rock. Let's roll. Let's see what we can do. Besides, wait for the painful load time here. Painful load time. Oh yeah, another thing that's going on with this whole anniversary thing. Klingon recruitment. Old timers will recall there were periods where we had Delta recruitment and what was the other recruitment? Temporal recruitment. Well, now we've got Klingon recruitment, where you'll get a bunch of permanent bonuses to work with if you take and play a KDF captain. So now is the best time to create a Klingon captain. In fact, I will probably create a couple Klingon captains, possibly with an eye towards the future, meaning the future of the stream. I mean, sooner or later I'm going to come to the end with a Romulan character here, and, well, then I've got to decide what I'll do after that. Maybe it's move on from Star Trek Online, or maybe it'll be kick things off from the Klingon point of view. Don't know. We'll find out. We've arrived in the Alien system. USS Voyager is here, along with the USS Rhode Island, which is Captain Kim's ship, and a few other ships. Admiral Tuvok is requesting your presence aboard Voyager. Let's see what he has to say. Oh, and the Lisette's here, and the Fortescue. I always have trouble with the pronunciation of that. The Fortescue. You know what ship I'm not seeing? USS Enterprise. Well, somebody's got to hold down the fort, I suppose, over in the old Alpha and Beta quadrants. Plus, it would probably take a little bit of, prestige off having Voyager here. Okay, beaming over. And it looks like it'll be just me as opposed to my bridge crew, or otherwise it would have given me the usual landing party options. Okay, landing party. Oh, I am such a old school guy for Star Trek. I'm still with the original series landing parties as opposed to every other series away teams. To be honest, though, away team is probably a better term because landing party implies that you've been flying there. And 9 times out of 10, when Kirk's crew had to go to a planet, they used the transporter. So they didn't really land anywhere. It's strange the things that come through my mind sometimes. Alright, back to the Voyager, and Lieutenant Commander Van Zyl again. We met her the last time I was here.
Admiral Tuvok is in the conference room with the other members of the task force. Follow me, please. I'll take you to him.
Lead on.
Seems like we're never gonna get you that tour. Sorry. The others are waiting for you in the conference room.
I won't take it personally. Oh, that's not the conference room. Sorry. If you give me that tour, I wouldn't have this problem. And we have here the Voyager Reunion Tour. Basically, almost everybody from Voyager is back at the table. Neelix, Captain Kim, Admiral Tuvok, Seven, the Doctor, not to mention Zarok the Lisette and Corin of the Portescue. See, I'm getting better with that.
Let us begin. While the Kobali and the Benthans have agreed to join our alliance, there are many other races in the Delta Quadrant in a position to help us defeat the Vaadwaur. It will be up to us to show them the benefits of joining us. Seven, I would like you to contact the Cooperative.
The Cooperative should be amenable to our offer. They have as much to lose as we do.
Neelix, your experience as a trader makes you an excellent choice to work with the Hazari.
The Hazari? This won't be easy, but I should be able to pull it off.
Captain Kim, we've arranged a meeting for you with the leaders of several Kazon sects.
Now that's just cool.
I don't trust the Kazon, but I'll give it my best effort.
Doctor, you have experience with the hierarchy. I would like you to infiltrate one of their ships and learn more about how they make decisions.
Ooh, I have several new subroutines that will be perfect for this mission.
As for you, I would like you to visit the Toure and the Octanti, and then provide support to any of the others who require it.
I've gotten along
We
well
need
with Toure.
allies to turn the tide of this war. We cannot fail.
And the Octanti, we've had mixed reviews.
You can leave if you return to the transporter room, though there is some time to speak with the crew.
Well, by all means, let's speak with the crew. I mean, after all, they may have something useful. Or at least entertaining.
I never thought I'd be a spokesperson for this alliance myself. And to the Hazari! I guess all my time as a trader and ambassador made Admiral Tuvok think I was the right Talaxian for the job. Knowing that you and your crew have my back is a great relief. The Hazari are tough negotiators.
Yeah, and I seem to recall the last time we dealt with them, they kind of gave us a second-hand holo emitters, so... Better you than me. Doc?
This is going to be interesting. I've never really tested my field intelligence subroutines, but Admiral Tuvok assures me they will perform well. He has been assisting me with the programming, and I've made an extensive study of intelligence and information gathering on my own. I may require you to interact with the hierarchy and make the alliance offer to them. If they think it's the best financial option, they may agree to join us.
I certainly hope he hasn't been taking his lessons from, say, Dr. Bashir's holo programs. His version of spying is probably very different than the kind that we're going to need to worry about. Seven, you're going to be seeing... One second, I seem to have an issue coming up here. One moment.
cooperative should be amenable to our alliance. I foresee no problems and should not require your assistance. I will inform you if the situation changes.
Alright. That didn't really get us anything useful, did it? Guys, I guess getting anything useful is kind of asking a lot. He's just basically, hey,
The
farewell.
Kazon are argumentative and difficult. Getting them on our side will be tricky. I'll be negotiating with the leaders of 5 of the clans. While I hope to bring them all on board, I'll be happy if we get 1 or 2.
He's such an
Rhode
optimist.
Island is a tough ship, but I'd be grateful if you could bring your ship to the negotiations. The Kazon respect a show of force, and your ship might be just the thing we need to sway them to our side.
Sounds like a plan. Oh, Admiral.
The Touré and the Octante have worked with us in the past. You should not find it difficult to make a convincing case for a renewed alliance.
Thank you, Tuvok. You have just slapped fate in the face with a gauntlet a few times and then threw it down to the ground. I'll have to thank you for all the trouble that comment is going to cause me further down the line. And nothing from Corrin or Jirok, so it's back to my ship. So I try to remember which one of these had the turbo lift. If Vanzel would ever given me that tour, this wouldn't be a problem. Just saying.
Ready to beam you back to your ship, sir.
To borrow a phrase, energize. Now, honestly, we really don't need the combat tap or wrist tap or whatever when you're beaming from somebody's transporter room. I realize that there's not a whole lot they can do about that, but still. I mean, geez, if they were able to change the transitions from starships to leave star systems to either have the warp effect or just kind of fly off effect, surely they can do something about these kind of transitions. Then again, I guess it doesn't come up all that often. Okay, what's the plan, Captain? Well, we're going to have a little visit with Touré and Octante, and theoretically they should be smooth sailing, according to Admiral Tuvok. For what purpose? Flower, I should smack you over the head and shoulders for questioning me on this, but sure, what the heck. We're forming an alliance with other species here so that, you know, we don't have to go up against the Vodwar all by ourselves and die. Getting everyone to join together against the Vodwar, good idea. Won't be easy, but there's no saying that applies. Join together or die alone. Are these the things that they teach you in Starfleet Academy? Much of the original crew of Voyager will be reaching out to other races. We are to assist them wherever we can. And the ship is running as best it can. What's our first destination? The Touré. Of course, it occurs to me that the Touré kind of consider our situation even at this point. We have arrived in the Touré system. Seems calmer. Long-range scans are showing pickets of Touré ships in orbit. There are no Vothan sensors. But there's something weird going on in subspace. We should check it out. Why don't we check it out? Yeah, I didn't really need the marker for that. It was kind of obvious that this is... Oops. Wrong button. I meant to stop. My bad. Odd, it looked for a moment there was a ship in subspace for a moment, but now it's gone. The Touré use underspace, so it could have been one of their ships, but the Vodwar use it too. Oh, good. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Touré are not responding to our hails. Maybe if we get closer, we'll get their attention. Well, the worst they can do is, you know, start shooting us. And there are a number of frigates out here, so maybe we're going to get their attention the
Close
hard.
enough.
This is restricted space, and you're not welcome.
Yes, we're on a diplomatic mission. We wish to speak to your government about security matters that will affect not just your homeworld, but the entire Delta Quadrant. You know, that's something that I've kind of wondered about. From their point of view, would they be the Delta Quadrant? They would call it something else. They would even have their own maps. I'm just going to chalk it up to the Universal Translator smoothing things out.
We don't need your advice. Our Voth allies are more than strong enough to help us.
Yes. I remember how strong they were when the Vodwar came and started bombarding your planet. They did such a great job on defending you. But since you're just a minor functionary, maybe you should put on someone who actually can speak for your planet.
Very well. Ambassador Norik will speak with you now. Don't waste his time like you've wasted mine.
Blah, blah, blah.
What is the meaning of this?
Ambassador, I would like to extend an offer from Admiral Tuvok and the rest of the Alliance High Command. Are we in Alliance now? I guess we're technically in Alliance. Foreshadowing. For the Teray to join our fight against the Vodwar.
We want no more alliances. The Teray have a mutual defense pact with the Voth, and it is quite sufficient for our needs.
Really? Where are they? I'm looking around and I don't see any of them. And yeah, as I was mentioning to your communications guy, they weren't the ones who got your defense grid back online, back the first time they attacked.
Begone! I do not wish to order our pickets to fire upon you, but I will if I must.
Okay, you know, I see that we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. Oh, multiple underspace corridors opening. Vodwar strike teams are coming in. Let's show them how the Alliance can help defend their home world.
The Voth are on their way. I'm sure of it.
Oh man, I've heard that story before. I already know how this one ends. The good news is we have all these pickets here, so they should at least help out in fighting these guys. Because I might have mentioned on any number of occasions that it is a horrible, horrible, horrible thing to have to solo all these Vodwar starships. I'm going to say, yes, they probably have abandoned you. I mean, this will come as a horrible surprise, I'm sure, but they just aren't that into you. Well, one thing's for certain, these Vodwar cruisers are tough.
Attention any Voth ships. This is a priority emergency. We are
Oh, don't stop dreaming. That said, I don't think I would necessarily object if the Vodwar wanted to show up. I mean, sure, the Vodwar are a bunch of arrogant, snide, pain in the buttskis. But they do have pretty big ships, and they're pretty tough. I think it would be nice to have them come as a backup. Come on, there we go. Sadly, we still have a couple more of these guys. Oh, plus him. And he's probably not from the... Well, that does... We did take care of one, so... Maybe we're doing better than I thought. So let's get out of the way here. Oh, not good, not good, not good. Miracle worker time. Oh, I thought I blew that up. Those anchors are a pain in every sense of the word. I may have popped that a little too far away. I think that particle burst is something along the lines of 5-kilometer ranges. I think I might have been... Man, these guys are spread out like crazy, aren't they? A little more repair, a little more shield. Arm up all the good stuff and let fly. Aren't they the happy sack of health? Okay, that time I think I hit. And the Teray are still out there giving me... I fully approve. Of course, they are doing a heck of a job on my shielding. Look at those torpedoes rolling in. If I didn't know better, oh right, I forgot I called for Romulan reinforcements. I was thinking, if I didn't know better, that would say those were Romulan weapons. Who knew? They were! And that leaves, looks like... Okay, I was hoping that meant I was only dealing with one more of these guys, but that appears to not be the case. Well, it's not like I haven't been wrong before. Looks like the Teray have taken more than their share of damage on here because I keep seeing them needing repairs. All that said, they are frigates and... Well, you know what? No, I don't consider that an excuse. I'm not exactly flying a tank of shielding and hull either, so... You know, somebody else is shooting me. I didn't think construction anchors had those kind of weapons, but maybe I'm wrong. All right. And there's another ring floating around out there. I hope that doesn't count as an opponent, because that's going to be a pain in the tooth to deal with these. Ooh, heavy plasma torpedoes. The Romulan ship I called in is still moving strong. The interdictor cruisers are a lot tougher than they have any right to be, honestly. Hopefully I can get them down soon, because this is truly annoying. Let's kick the weapons up a notch, shall we? Oh, good news, bad news. Good news, we took him out. Bad news is, there's still another one there. Ugh. Okay, that does it. Let's call the Nimbus reinforcements now. Probably best not to ask how a bunch of pirates are able to get here to the Delta Quadrant. These are the kind of questions that you probably don't want to look at too closely. Suffice to say is, if there's a way to make a buck, they will find a way to do so. Oh, he's almost down. There we go. Cripes.
While your ship may be formidable, it is still no match for the Voth. We have already chosen our ally.
The egotist would tell me to take option 1 here. The sane person, the non-diplomatic one, would go with option 3. Look, you've noticed that your ships are no match for the Vodwar. If we hadn't been here, you'd have already been blown up. You need our help.
The Voth have been a power in this part of the galaxy longer than even the Vodwar. They are the first race in the quadrant, and should be respected for their age and wisdom.
I'd respect them more if they didn't keep trying to blow me up when I'm in the Dyson Sphere. But aside from that, you'll note I still see no Voth around.
You make some excellent points.
Look, we can at least permanently add some ships here. The Voth aren't doing that. We can. We will.
You have given us much to think about. Upon consideration, I think this alliance is in the mutual benefit of all involved. I will take your offer to my superiors with my approval, and then we'll send an attaché to your flagship to work out the details.
Welcome aboard, Ambassador. And we're getting something from Tuvok.
It is agreeable that your efforts to recruit the Touré were successful. We are reaching out to their embassy to begin our cooperation immediately. Thank you.
Okay, Lauer. What's next? We can go to the Russin and recruit the Octanti, help Neelix, assist the Doctor, or help Harry. Well, you know, we did say we were going to see the Octanti, so... You know, I shouldn't be bothered by the fact I didn't see the Cooperative at 7 listed
Greetings.
there.
I am on my way with several cooperative ships.
Well,
It
damn.
was simple enough to get them onto our side, but the real problem now is with the Octanti. The Octanti consul should be at your location now. Please begin discussions without us. We
Now,
should be there soon.
I would like to remind viewers, who may or may have forgotten, that the Octanti don't really like the Borg, like, at all. And being on the way with several Borg cooperative ships is probably a horrible idea. But if they're going to be part of this alliance, I guess they gotta learn to work together. But oh, I'm not looking forward to this.
Greetings. I am Ambassador Rarick of the Octanti.
Ambassador, hello.
I've examined the proposal your government's transmitted, and I'm afraid the Octanti people must decline.
And here we go.
The Federation, the Klingon Empire, and the Romulan Republic all give rank and commissions to Borg drones. You call them liberated, but they are still Borg. The Borg drove us off our homeworld and massacred our people. An alliance with them would be unthinkable.
You know, these guys really aren't a part of the collective anymore. Assimilating people is really not on their agenda either.
Borg are Borg. We will not join your alliance, and we never will. Our people have lost too much already. I won't be led into another unwinnable war.
Okay, everybody, quick. What would be the worst possible thing that could happen right now? Ding, 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 ding! Oh god, I hate being right.
This is 7 of 9. I have a priority message for the Octanti.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. I need to replicate some popcorn. Let me pat you in.
Ambassador Rarick, the Cooperative has a problem with which they require your assistance. An Octanti synthetic virus has infected a recently liberated cube, causing severe problems for the fragile consciousnesses of the former drones. They are falling to madness. Our sensors show the cube is moving in this direction. You are in danger.
Thank you, 7. The news gets better and better. Remind me to scream at Tuvok for taking that gauntlet and slapping fate around, because it's happening.
Unknown. We need the Octanti to transmit the shutdown code for the synthetic virus. If done quickly, the liberated Borg aboard the cube may recover.
Ambassador, I know you're going to say already, but could you give us a hand here?
Never. If the virus infected them, then our work is done. They will destroy themselves.
Did you not catch the part about them coming here? How long before it arrives? What's the worst answer she could give?
It's arriving now.
Thank you!
Time is up.
Ever have a bad day?
Lower. You're assimilated.
Yeah,
Ambassador, please
that didn't sound
deactivate
good.
the virus. There are thousands of liberated Borg on that cube who need your help.
Come on. It's that or, you know, get blown up by the cube.
The Borg are a blight. The only course of action is extermination.
Yeah, I don't think so. 7, open a channel to the cube, try to, I don't know, convince them to go away.
Rarick, where is Rarick? I know he is here. Please, deactivate virus.
Well, this just got interesting.
Mask? Is that you?
Friend of yours?
That's my brother. He and 4 other Octanti volunteered to be infected with the virus and taken by the Borg 7 years ago. I thought he was lost to us.
Really? Your virus took 7 years to kick? I have a sneaking feeling it didn't work so well.
Deactivating now. It's not working. The cube's automated defenses are too strong. You'll need to weaken it before I can transmit the code.
Oh boy. Red alert! And there go our shields, right on cue. Well, the good news is it hasn't pasted us since that first shot. I guess everybody else has aggro. I'll take it. It's a good thing they're currently having bigger problems to deal with than us, or otherwise this fight would be going a lot worse. That said, it's not exactly going great either. We can get a good volley on these guys. We might be able to knock them down to under 50%, and maybe that'll be sufficient. Oh, there go the shields. Ooh, cutting beam. That's not good. Well, your tractor beam and my tractor beam are different. You pull, I push. That's good though, because that means I can make a attack run, so to speak. Unfortunately, their shields seem to be doing fine. Oh, and my shields are still being drained like crazy. And I'm taking a heap of hits. I am taking a lot of hits. Yes, suddenly I am regretting my actions. And they're recovering their shields a lot faster than we're recovering from ours. Okay, this is not good. My repellers are not... There we go. And their shields are just getting stronger and stronger. And their hulls would come... Well, at least now we know they're Borg, because they're getting tougher. Couldn't do a regular cube, could you? Oh no, you had to get one of the tactical cubes. And it looks like 50% is not going to be sufficient. Okay, didn't want to do it, but we need reinforcements. We need them now. And there go the shields. Miracle Worker kicks in just in time. I still have a beef with Tuvok telling me about how easy this was going to be. I will have words with Tuvok when I see him next.
Hull integrity below 50%.
Okay. It's a lot lower than 50. You know, it occurs to me that we have a whole bunch of guys hanging out over here, not doing anything.
Rarick, we intercepted a transmission about your meeting.
Oh, finally.
It was right. You were here. I fought the madness to get to you. Dangerous. But I knew you would not abandon us. Thank you.
You did good. You came here, and you were able to help yourselves and your brother.
Mash, I'm so overjoyed to see you. I never believed in this liberation idea. It was a fantasy from grieving. But having seen it firsthand, hearing my brother's voice again, maybe I shouldn't have been so willing to dismiss hope. I will see that the Atlanti people seriously consider your proposal. We need to reconsider many things.
That is a great starting point. Held by Tuvok.
We knew recruiting the Octanti was going to be problematic. You did exceptionally well with a very difficult task.
Yeah. but it seems to have worked in our favor. Alright, let's see. Neelix with Hazari, Doctor with the Hierarchy, or Kim with the Kazon. Decisions. Let's help with the Kazon first. Harry did sound like he was going to need the help. I will feel better if we take care of this extremely problematic issue. And he's deep in negotiations. Rhode Island, we stand ready to assist.
It seems the Kazon don't believe we have enough ships to stop the Vodwar. I keep telling them we'll have the numbers if we work together, but they keep insisting they need more information.
Kazon, this is Admiral Talel of the Peri. I will get another ship just to get rid of that name. Yes, I can technically rename it, but I can't bring myself to do that. As you can see, we got ships.
More ships. I demand to see more.
What, do you want the entire Starfleet here in the Republic fleet? Come on, be serious.
Our scouts have reported seeing Voyager in the Delta Quadrant again. We want to see that ship.
That's an interesting request.
Yes, I wonder. I'm going to try something. Things might get dicey if my suspicions are correct.
Oh, good.
Nellick, the USS Voyager is not available. If there is anything about it that you need to know, I can answer those questions. I was stationed on Voyager during its time here in the Delta Quadrant.
You were on Voyager? That's excellent news. If you're willing to vouch for your fleet's strength, Captain Kim, we are ready to join your alliance.
Yeah, that did sound too easy, didn't it?
You're telling me... Wait a second. They just transmitted a coded signal. There's a ship just outside sensor range. Probably waiting for Voyager to arrive.
Yellow alert!
Ensign Harry Kim. Or is it Captain now? Finally got a promotion, I hope you enjoyed your life, Captain. It ends now.
Friend of yours, Captain?
I don't know. You have me at a disadvantage. You know my name, but I don't know who you are. At least give me the courtesy of an introduction to the man who's going to kill me.
My name is Sesson, but that means nothing to you. You would have known my mother. You served with her on Voyager until your Captain Janeway's hatred and prejudice drove her into exile with the Kazon, where she was a brave and capable leader. Tell me, Captain Kim, do you ever think about what you did to Seska?
Now, Star Trek Voyager did not have a whole lot in the way of story arcs, but if you wanted to draw one together, Seska would have been at the center of one of them. She had gotten involved with First Officer Chakotay. Well, he was captain at the time of his Maquis vessel. And she was a Cardassian spy. And things got complicated. And she fell in with the Kazon Nistrum. And, well, here we are.
Seska, then you must be... We didn't even know you were still alive, Sesson. Your father took you when he left Voyager.
Unlike my mother, I survived my contacts with the peaceful Federation. I live and now I lead the Kazon Nistrum. You know, since he wasn't talking, I just had to fill it in. Yeah, maybe we can talk to one of the other Kazons.
While Sesson and Captain Kim squabble over old hurts, I would like to make you an offer.
Go on.
My clan has taken over a new planet, but the climate is arid and water is in short supply. About 100 of your terraforming systems would change our prospects for the better. If you will provide them, I'll pledge the loyalty of the Kazon Relora to you.
Yes, I kind of cut him off there, but you know what? I'm figuring it might be worth it. How much would it cost me? 180k. Well, you know what? I got 180k.
Well, Sesson and Captain Kim, my clan.
Yes, we have that many.
But the climate is arid and water is in short supply. About 100 of your terraforming systems would change our prospects for the better. If you will provide them, I'll pledge the loyalty of the Kazon Relora to you right now, as well as the ships of all the clans who are our allies.
I'm not Starfleet. I don't have a prime directive. Sure, here you go.
Thank you. The Kazon Relora will fight by your side.
Oh, look over there. The old Kazon Ogla. Those were the first Kazon that was encountered by Voyager in its very first episode. Oh, we'll be calling on you sooner than you think.
Shields up. Red alert. I knew Kazon could hold it well.
Yeah, we might have done some negotiating while you were chatting. Let's knock some holes in. Ooh, that looked like it hurt. I like fighting the Kazon. They're not a pain in the royal tuchus to fight. Ooh, I got a new mine launcher. I'll have to see if that's an actual decent one somewhere along the line. I might want to trade up. Kazon Nisrom guy. You haven't seen the last of me! The mark of a good villain. You can always count on the bad guys to stick with the classics. Certainly I'm willing to help out our allies here. Ooh, shiny. I can't believe I didn't see that. Stop shooting me, I'm busy scanning things. Try to be nice about it. There, now let me scan my shiny. Okay, that was taken care of. Now, back to the show. Let me help you out there, Harry. Looks like we still have a few left over here.
I apologize for the deception. Mage Session holds a great deal of power over the rest of the Kazon clans. I hope my actions here will convince you that our desire to assist you against the Vadwar is sincere.
Is he sincere?
The Kazon are very factional. I can believe that Sesson strong-armed them into acting as they did. I would like to welcome the Kazon Ogla and the other allied Kazon to the Alliance.
Works for me. Incoming transmission from the captain.
Great work getting the Kazon Relora to join the Alliance. There's no way the Nistrum would join us. Sessin is obsessed with Voyager. I don't know what his father told him about us, but Seska was a thorn in our sides for most of our early time in the Delta Quadrant. She certainly wasn't the victim. She was the aggressor. It looks like her hatred of Voyager has been passed on to her son. I wish he could have had a better legacy. I'll return to Admiral Tuvok in the Alyan system. See you there.
Yeah, I think we'll let the Kazon finish up their little disagreement. Okay. Neelix, Hazari. Hopefully his diplomacy is going to go better than his last bout of diplomacy had. We've arrived in the Nellis system. This area is a hotbed for Hazari bounty hunters and pirates, so much that the Benthans make regular sweeps through the area as well. Neelix's ship is waiting for us. Oh, that could go bad. Ooh, shiny.
Oh, thank goodness you've arrived. I'm trying to work with the Hazari, but they are a demanding lot. They're using this opportunity to milk the Benthans for everything they've got.
They have demands.
To say the least. First, they want the Benthans to void the warrants of 3 of the Hazari, Niken, Yakela, and Negrasa. Then they want 2 prisoners released. And if that weren't enough, they're demanding bounty hunting licenses for the Ramar, Zilnan, and Osprinti systems.
Yeah. Might I say a word or two?
Pleasure to see you again.
You!
I assume you can speak with more authority than this Talaxian.
He's the one who gave me the piece of garbage holo emitter. I've got your list of requests. You're asking for a bit. I'll speak with the Benthans and we'll see what we can do.
Then I wish you good luck. Your offer is tempting, but we simply don't have any help to give you. All of my resources have to be focused on the Benthans breathing down our necks.
Working on it.
The Benthans usually have a ship patrolling this area of the system. It's a neutral ground, but they know what can happen in neutral areas.
Oh, I can see a ship right over there,
contact
so...
the Benthan High just a car for us.
And if we can see him, then odds are he can see us.
Keep a close eye on this system. Lots of deals are made here.
And we are putting him on screen.
I am High Justicar Mathan. I was told you needed to speak to me on a critical matter.
Yeah, we're kind of putting together an alliance against the Vaadwaur. In fact, you can probably help out here.
Oh? How can we assist you?
Well, there's these Hazari.
It's always demands when it comes to the Hazari. Demands, deals, and contracts. Transmit their list. I haven't had a good laugh in days. There's no way we'd agree to all this. I'm sorry.
Well, maybe we can kind of work in here. I get the whole idea of haggling. Can we kind of shred things down a bit? I mean, the Vaadwaur might be happy to hire them, and well, we really don't need that on top of the Vaadwaur.
Good point. I can rescind the warrants for Niken and Yakela, but not Negrasa. He's caused too much trouble to let him go free. And the prisoners, I'll exchange them for Niken, if the Hazari will give him up. He's been raising havoc in 3 sectors. I'll give them 1 of the systems for hunting, but not all 3. Let them choose which one they want.
That sounds good. I will play middleman.
Give us what we want.
No, but...
Of course we knew they wouldn't give us everything. But if you don't ask for everything, you won't get anything. Hmm?
I can understand that philosophy. Here's what they're willing to go with.
What? Oh, I mean good. Let's see here. We give the Benthans Nikedon, and we get 2 of our captains back? Done. Nikedon is a Bashik Monar, I think the closest translation we have to your language is a pit where you throw your pack animal. Take him, but he won't go without a fight.
Okay, we'll go and get him. And then we have a deal.
Sure, I'll draw up the contract. Just transmit your authorization and you've got a deal. As soon as the Benthans deliver, the Hazari are part of your alliance. Nikedin is in hiding, but I'll give you an encoded signal to lure him out. He'll think it's one of our ships giving him the all clear. You can use one of the Benthan satellites nearby to relay the signal. We send signals on them all the time. It'll lend to your credibility.
Sure. Now, why do I have this horrible feeling that something is going on here that I don't quite see yet? I mean, he didn't exactly sound like Mr. Trustworthy, did he? With all those little heh-heh-hehs. I mean, come on. Classic villainy.
A trap? Fine. I'll kill you then, my so-called friends.
Well, at least he's acting according to type. Oh, he's taking some shots at the mines, which makes him smarter than your average bear, as observed. Oops, I'm not paying attention to my shields and my hull, and he is making me pay for it. One has to admit, he's put together a lot better than, say, I don't know, the Kazon. Which, admittedly, doesn't really help my situation, since I don't want him to be doing as well as better as the Kazon. Oh, got a tracker beam again. And down. Let's try to rebalance the shields and rep some of the hull. Oh, by the way, you're under arrest.
Fine, fine, fine. I won't lose my ship and crew for this. You've beaten me.
As a deputized agent of the Benton Guard, you are hereby under arrest. Lower your shields and prepare to be transported to our brig.
What? The Benthans? I thought I'd be going to one of your prisons. I could escape from one of those in a week.
Humble sort, aren't you? Gonna come quietly.
Lowering shields now. Just don't vaporize me.
I like a man with a grasp on reality.
We should take our prisoner to that Benthan patrol ship.
Yeah, I think he was giving us a hand over there. No, I guess that's Neelix's ship. Okay. Oops. Oddly effective, Neelix. Here you go. Nikedin at your service.
The Hazari seem a little too happy about this outcome. Even if Yadren doesn't like Nikedrin, I didn't think he'd be so quick to give him up to the Benthans.
Did seem kind of unusual, but...
I don't think that's the case.
Well, let's have a chat with Yadren.
On behalf of all the Hazari, thank you for delivering that Grotok Nakedon to the Benthans.
Why are you so thrilled?
Oh, what can it hurt now? We've got an airtight contract. Remember those hollow emitters we got from that Ferengi?
The crap
He also
ones? Yeah.
sold us a nice, personal-sized one with a low-emission power pack. We gave that one to Nakedon. Right about now, he should be slipping out of the brig and into the crew of that Benthan cruiser you delivered him to. A spy on the High Justicar ship. We'll know everything.
Yeah, I'm iffy about that.
Not so fast. Our contract specifically states that you cannot interfere in the matter of Captain Nakedon once you have delivered him to the Benthans. Telling them would be the very definition of interference.
Yeah, well, you know what? I've been with the Romulans for too long. Space! Hiya, Fiendy. And yes, Neelix has been giving us a hand here in the Delta Quadrant. We've recently gotten together with a good chunk of the old Voyager crew, trying to negotiate an alliance against the evil, nasty, mean Vadwar and their parasitic superiors, shall we say. We've helped out Seven with the Octanti and the Borg Cooperative. That required a little bit of negotiating, and that went well. The Kazon with Harry Kim, and, well, the Kazon acted like the Kazon do. And then here we have the Hazari, who are attempting to scam us, and I'm getting ready to tell them, yeah, screw your contract. Okay, adjust the car. You got a problem.
Is there anything else you need?
Yeah. You might want to pay attention to Nakedon, because he's going to escape and pretend to be a spy with a hollow emitter. You might want to do something about that.
That explains those strange energy readings. Nakedon's already out of the brig. I'll start bioscans. We'll root him out.
Yeah, sorry about that. This is going to kind of beat the tar out of our alliance hopes with Hazari, but... well, if I got to choose between the Hazari and you guys, I would rather have you guys.
And that's done. I'll meet you back at Voyager.
Okay, Tuvok wants to speak to me. Let's see what he's got to say.
You did the right thing. I am sure the Benthans are grateful that you revealed a spy in their midst. It is unfortunate that you could not keep the Hazari in the Alliance, but not every choice we make has a completely positive outcome.
Yeah, I get that. Plus, I hate being scammed. So, our last destination is to help the Doctor with the hierarchy. Let's go say hi. I'm sure it won't be anywhere near as difficult as these other missions. Okay, we're in the Tribble system. Tuvok said the Doctor would be infiltrating a hierarchy ship. If he made it in successfully, he should be waiting for our signal. Well, let's not keep him waiting. Oh, Doctor! Doctor!
Hello again. I thought it would be best if I used your bridge's hollow emitters for this conversation. I'm currently in disguise on board the hierarchy ship as one of those potato-looking fellows, and I don't think you want to see any more of this than you have to.
I can live with that. What's the situation?
The hierarchy assume I'm one of the crew. I've begun a review of their cost analysis matrix, which is what they use to determine if any particular course of action will be profitable. Right now, their ship is running silent, which means they're cloaked, and all higher-level computer functions are locked out. I need those to complete my review. You need to convince them to decloak. Hail them. Show them their cloak isn't enough to hide them from the Alliance. Then, you might be able to convince them to join.
Well, as a member of the Romulan Republic, I am contractually obligated to be offended by the fact that somebody else is using cloaking technology that isn't us.
The ship is currently cloaked by one of the nav beacons in this region of space. Just head to the nav beacon, and you'll get their attention.
Alright, let us proceed to freak them out.
The hierarchy once corrupted my programming in an attempt to spy on Voyager. This seems fitting.
Ah, so the Doctor is a fan of irony.
Subroutines are quite useful. Perhaps I'll write a hull novel about my experiences as a spy.
Should be seeing the nav beacon anytime now. There we are. I thought I saw it flash. Or maybe I didn't. Usually nav beacons are a lot more obvious. Luckily, I have the map here. The map tells me with this cute arrow here that it is above me somewhere. Oh yes, the Doctor is also here. And this is the Doctor as opposed to the standard EMH. This is the Voyager clever version. Now somewhere around here we're going to start seeing that nav beacon.
That's close enough.
Oh, I think we found them.
Any trouble, but I would like to know how you knew our location.
Oh, come on now. I'm with the Romulan Republic. We practically invented cloaking technology. But tell you what, we can share all that with you if you help us against the Vodwar. How about that? What do you say, Supervisor?
Don't tell us your secrets and we won't tell you ours. As for your offer of an alliance, give me a moment to consider it.
Yeah, we can give you a moment.
The hierarchy is consulting the cost analysis matrix. This is exactly what I needed. This is going to take some time. We'll need to stall them while I get what I need.
Joy. Hey, that's it for your moment.
I am sorry, but the hierarchy has evaluated the investment needed for such an undertaking, and we find that the Alliance ships are simply outmatched by the Vatwar. There's no profit in losing. We'll stay out of this fight.
What, are you a Ferengi? Come on, man. Your analysis is off.
I have an idea. Follow my lead.
Suddenly I have this feeling of existential terror here, but sure, go for it.
Perhaps we could arrange for a demonstration of their abilities. I could reroute the cloaking device through our main deflector dish and create convincing holographic targets for them to fight.
Yeah, that would be a good way to prove ourselves.
You could do that. Very well. That will show us what these Alliance ships are capable of. Then we'll run the numbers again. Are you ready to prove your worth?
Oh yes. You have no idea what we're going to do here.
2 holographic Borg probes coming up.
Borg probes? Hardly a challenge. I want something big. Give me a Voth bulwark. Also, I don't care if they can just defeat.
Bounce a tachyon particle beam off the main deflector.
See how well this person works.
That didn't work too well for Enterprise, if I recall.
Anyone can throw firepower at something. It's another thing to be a good manager of people.
Now, it kind of says something about just how far the Borg have fallen when you've got a guy like this laughing at the prospect of Borg probes. Yeah, it never does work out that well. Truth. Voth bulwark ship, huh? Yeah, sure. What the hell?
Voth bulwark coming up.
Okay, now the goal here is not only to beat the ship, but I've also got to use lots of abilities so we can look impressive to the hierarchy. So I am probably going to need to pretty much hit every button I have in this combat. Let's crank up my weapons for this. I've been going heavy shields for the Vodwar stuff because, well, they're nasty. But I think I might want to be able to inflict the beatings here. There's a hierarchy battleship. And I can see, there we are. Alrighty. You want to see how awesome we are? We can do awesome. The Matrix is adapting. Oh, nuts. They are adapting. That was not what I expected. Well, I'm glad something's struggling, besides me. Because they're still at 95% health, and they're turning me into mush. Would you please? There we go, yes. That is exactly what I want to see. I mean, if we're going to cheat, we might as well cheat graphically. Okay, you bums. And I just want to point out, we're in the little ship. Yeah, that was an epic amount of immune. Yeah, one of the things about the Voth is that they have an ability that can protect them from everything hitting them on their front arc. So, if we're nose to nose when that effect is going on, then everything I throw at them is going to hit that immune. I got to get behind them in order for me to damage them again. It's just one of the little quirks about some of the Voth ships. Okay.
I don't believe it. Run the numbers again. Very well. It seems that we underestimated you. If other ships are like yours, we'll gladly join your alliance.
Nah, they're not like us. We're kind of on the weak end of the whole Alliance Starship thing, so... Good job. Glad to have you aboard. Let's get the doctor out of there before they decide to do something crazy like raise their shields. And Tuvok would like to say hello again.
Excellent work, Doctor. Your recordings of the hierarchy's cost analysis matrix will be a great benefit to Starfleet intelligence. And you. I must say, bringing the hierarchy into the Alliance is quite unexpected. I thought it would take weeks of back-channel negotiations to make any progress with them at all. Thank you for taking a risk. Your show of power must have been most impressive.
Oh, you know, it's all special effects. And that is it. Let's go back to Voyager and report back on everything that we've succeeded in doing, or not succeeded as the case may be.
Our success on this mission falls within expected parameters. Some of the races are willing to join us, but others did not see the wisdom of working together toward a common goal. We will continue our efforts. Perhaps if we take a different approach with those who are still reluctant, they will see the value of cooperation.
Oh, I'm sure that if, some of the Vaadwaur were to accidentally run into the fleets of these races, maybe they would get the right impression. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be working with Starfleet people. Sorry. We did our best. And thus we... Ooh, nuts. I saw a shiny over there and didn't think of it in time. Oh well. I'll have to live with the disappointment. Alright. Contact in 3, 2...
Admiral Tuvok sent me a report on the situation. Hopefully the work we've done today will pay off. The Vaadwaur are a large threat, one that cannot be ignored. The Vaadwaur lost everything 900 years ago when their enemies united against them. It shows how arrogant Gaul is that he's allowing it to happen again.
Well, to be fair, Gaul does probably have that parasite having him dance on the strings, so that might be impacting his opinion. And now, we take the hierarchy officer as our reward. And this shouldn't he be showing up in here? I thought he would be popping up in my inventory, but I don't see him. That is... Unless he went automatically into my candidate list. But no, I don't see him on here either. Where the heck did he go? Basically, the short version here is that the hierarchy guy is a bridge officer. I was pretty sure he was a hierarchy. Oh wait, maybe there's a. There we are. He was hiding behind the mission opportunity thing. We will have you join because I have plenty of bridge officer slots.
The best chance we have.
Yeah, we'll get back to you momentarily. Czar. We'll keep Czar as the name. You cannot customize the character, which is a legacy from, well, most of Star Trek Online's life for the special bridge officers. The Liberated Borg officer was like that. Well, actually, that's not true. Liberated Borg, you could. But the Borg that you got from one of the task force operations, that one you couldn't modify. You couldn't modify the Breen. You couldn't modify the Remans. Although that was before the whole Legacy of Romulus thing came into play. But that particular Romulan still can't be modified. And you cannot modify this hierarchy character. But what about this hierarchy character? What is Czar? He is an intelligence specialist, which makes him and he's a science officer as well, which makes him interesting, but not awesome, especially since the ship I'm flying right now is more geared towards pilot specialists and not intelligence ones. So he's on the bridge officer list, but he's probably not going to see a whole lot of use, perhaps. In the meantime, well, let's see what his skills are before I make that call. Well, he's mostly offensive science, so we're gonna, yeah, he'll pretty much be off the crew here. The power of his space turtleneck makes a mockery of the board, though. Yes, those nanotubes that they like injecting through the neck will have a hard time getting through that protection. Czar can take it. I'll have to remember that one. Next time we go up against the Borg, he will be on the front lines. Since I'm here, I seem to have forgotten that I had some administrivia to deal with from last week. A couple reputations I can collect from. So let's grab the new Romulus reputation. I still have enough marks for another daily, so let's fill that in. The Delta Alliance I've been accumulating like crazy since, there's a Delta Alliance arc. Grab that, and we have, I believe we have, yes, tier 2 reputation that we can claim. So let's throw 5 of the Delta marks in there, wait 5 seconds for the claiming to finish, collect that, and then grab the next daily. And let's see. I don't believe I have anything else that I can kick in here. No. Okay, excellent. So that takes care of all of that. And I think I've gotten everything nailed down as far as... Oh, I have a specialization point that I never got rid of. I've been throwing stuff into the command reputation here. But I'm going to take a second and I'm going to grab one of the pilot stuff here to help increase my ability to turn around quickly. Not so important in the ship I'm in now because it's a pretty maneuverable one to start with. But I am looking ahead to the future. Or more precisely, at least 2 or 3 weeks down the line. So I can go with Eat My Dust, 2nd tier. I get extra defense if I'm attacked on the back. Desperate Flight. As I take more damage, my flight speed and turn rate goes higher and higher. Oh, I'm liking that. And then we have Reckless Abandon, which gives brief immunity to all movement impairing effects. You know what? I like that even more. given how many times those control things of those construction anchors, or whatever they were called, were hosing my movement, I like the ability to break out of those at will. Alright. Now that we have that out of the way, scroll, scroll, scroll. Lieutenant Commander Vanzel can continue what she was calling us
Best
about.
chance we have at defeating the Vodwar is to build an alliance of all Delta Quadrant species. Some of them will need convincing. Go out there and show them that it's better to have us as a friend than an enemy.
Oh, so you want us to act like the Mafia? Okay, I'm right there with you. We have a piddling amount of XP and expertise here, but that's because, since this is a patrol, we will be getting patrol experience. And oh my, now we're getting closer to the old days of the original Delta Rising stuff, where you had to go to 3 patrols instead of just 1 or 2. They have upped their game. Who is closest? Surprise! They all suck! Okay, we'll go Kelsit first. Well, no, actually I gotta go the hard way, don't I? Yeah, you all suck. No transwarp to any of these guys. Quantum slipstream time. If I'd known they were going to do that, I would have done all the rep stuff and while we were moving. Nobody's perfect. Nice thing about quantum slipstream is that it goes at much faster than standard warp speeds. I am working at transwarp 30. Don't bother looking up the scale for transwarp 30. There is none. Of course, the creepy thing here is my standard warp engines are putting me at transwarp 12.34, so clearly at some point we have taken the warp scale and beaten it to death with a rock. I have a couple characters who make these numbers look puny too. But then again, those characters I've had for, pretty much the entire lifetime of the game, so it happens. Transwarp 30 equals very fast. I think that puts it better than I ever could. Very fast. And we make our engines make us go. Kelsit 2. None of the 5 planets in the Kelsit system can sustain humanoid life, but there are several easily harvested deuterium deposits in the area that make it a common stop for trade convoys and civilian transports. Benthan Guard patrols report seeing hostile vessels in the region within the past 6 days. Extreme caution is recommended. I'm going to say Vodwar hitting them. Which means this could get awfully rough. But maybe I'm completely wrong. Has been known to happen from time to time. What isn't very fast is the loading screens. Clearly because they have 3-legged gerbils running on the wheels to power their servers. I wish they hadn't messed with the warp scale for next generation and made warp 10 infinite speed. Well, you know,
Wonderful.
It could go either way on that. Oh my god, it's another Talaxian.
Thank you for coming to help us.
What happened here?
Our convoy has a shipment of defense satellites for an installation in the Necrit Expanse. Unfortunately, one of our ships had some difficulty maintaining their warp field and had to stop to make repairs. We couldn't leave it behind. Normally this wouldn't be a problem, but a Vodwar scout ship detected us and offered to assist.
Tell me you didn't believe that?
I was surprised myself, to be honest. Things were going well until Captain Felis mentioned that Vodwar was a Talaxal safe word for foolish, and wondered why we would need their help.
Yeah.
You're telling me the Vodwar scout was furious. He promised he'd be back shortly with a
whole fleet of ships to put us Talaxians in our place.
Yeah, clearly you need to get out of there.
Well,
Clearly
there's
you
not
need...
enough time. We've already detected Vaadwaur warp signatures on approach. They'll be here soon. I have an idea. We have the defense satellites. We have no means of deploying them, but when your ship could do it, you could transport them from our cargo holds and deploy them in a perimeter around the convoy. Should give us a fighting chance. What do you think?
Let's see, wish they'd stuck the Warp 10 being the peak and not tried to surpass it somehow in later series. Well, I think the only series that really surpassed it exactly was Voyager. They had that one episode where apparently going to Warp 10 turned you into primordial slugs, which everybody associated with that episode kind of views it as the embarrassment of the series and ignore it as best they can. And then you have a lot of things involving shortcuts, like the Borg's transwarp capabilities, or the quantum slipstream, which kind of goes off to the side. And given the fact that the Voyager was so far away from home, I get the idea of working out some shortcuts. And to be fair, those shortcuts never really lasted. Of course, we're dealing with the consequences of that kind of thing in Star Trek Online, where advancing technology fixes some of these problems.
Excellent. Now, because they were packed for storage, the satellites will take a little time to set up and deploy. But I think it's worth the risk.
Okay, just how do we do that, specifically? Okay, we begin by deploying Alpha turrets, then the Beta, and finally the Gamma. And there's a limited amount of time to deploy these turrets. Awesome! Cover as much area as possible.
Are you ready to start?
I'm going to say, yeah. Oh good, the timer hasn't started yet. I guess it'll kick off once we beam up the satellites.
We've marked good locations for you to deploy defense satellites.
Well, the good news is we are a very fast ship. I want to get...
Defense satellites have been hot commodities as of late.
I can't imagine why. Oh right, because the Vaadwaur are all over the place. Minute 25 and less going.
Between the Borg, species 8472,
turn off full impulse.
and the Vaadwaur, one can never be too safe.
Okay, I start getting the betas out. Oh, I have to get all the alphas first. Grrr. It's not really a strategy, guys, when...
It's a Vaadwaur patrol!
No way! I had... Oh, hell of it. We'll just have to keep arming satellites and hope that they start doing what they need to do. And hopefully they won't blow up before we're done. Well, the satellites certainly seem to be doing a good job. Those interdictor cruisers are taking a hit. And given how tough those cruisers were early on, let's get as many of these things out here as we can. The more turrets that are operational, the less time we'll have to worry about dealing with Vaadwaur. Also of relevance, the more satellites that are out there, the less Vaadwaur that'll be shooting at me.
They'll be here any second.
Have you not been paying attention? They're already here. Now that said, I'm pretty sure... I'm pretty sure they changed this episode up a bit because I seem to recall that they didn't come until we had a chance to deploy the satellites, and well, fact is, I'm pretty sure that the attacks didn't begin until a timer ran out. It was fully dependent on timers, and it looks like I've only got 22 seconds left. Let's take care of invasive maneuvers. That'll help my speed up a little bit. Oh, this may work out better than expected. I got them all up. Just in time for the main fleet to arrive. So, yay. So let's introduce them to our own firepower in addition to all the turrets. Heavy artillery vessel. I think we want to make sure that they don't go anywhere. Fielding. I probably don't want to be this far away from the perimeter. If I've gone through all this time and effort putting up all these turrets, I need to give the turrets the chance to open the can of whoop-ass on these guys. And look at them go. You need to calm down a little bit. Just because there's a whole Vodwar fleet coming in after you, hoping to step on your face, doesn't mean you should panic. Oh, someone's got me some sort of field. Science. I can always rely on science. Oops, what I can't rely on are those torpedoes. Ouch. Those the torpedo spreads are always bad. And I can't help but notice that the defenses here are still having a little bit of trouble sticking around. But they are doing quite a job, aren't they? I hope so too. But I'll tell you what though, I've decided that I want to buy as many of these defense satellites as possible because these things work great. Ah, my pilot ability kicks in. They grabbed me, I did evasive maneuvers, and I got free immediately. I knew that was the right choice for my specialization point. That said, there are an awful lot of Vodwar out here. I think it's time for some reinforcements. There we go. It's always good to have friends. And I love watching those little blue explosions when a Vodwar ship explodes. Don't say things like that. You're acting like Tuvok and taunting fate. Don't do that. guys really don't want to go. You know, I am really grateful for the Miracle Worker ability in engineering, because that has saved my hind end so many times in the story arc. Being able to double up my shields, and repair hull all at the same time, worth its weight in gold. Or perhaps worth its weight in platinum, if I'll do properly Star Trek with it.
Deploying those satellites and saving us from the Vodwar. We wouldn't have had a chance without your help. The Vodwar aren't foolish after all. They're vindictive and powerful. I think we'll try to avoid them in the future.
You are a very smart man, Captain. Alright. We have a bunch of possible marks to choose from here. So let's hop over to our reputation again and see which marks I want to grab. And yeah, I'm leaning hard on the Romulan marks because it would be nice to get at least tier 5 reputation on the faction that I work for. I'm just saying. Leave the system. Now, the remaining two are all the way on the other side of the Delta Quadrant map. Now, I could be crazy and try to go there the hard way, but I'm going to see if I can find a shortcut. Yes, I can shortcut all the way back to the Dyson Sphere. I mean, really, why work hard if I don't have to? And just like that, bang! Here I am, right next door. Off to the Zal system. Blockade Runner. Except I'm not carrying any Alderaanian princesses. Home to a prosperous and benevolent civilization, the Zal system is one of the major hubs for trade and civilian transports in the sector. In the past, the Zal had some difficulties with the Krenim Imperium. They settled their differences peacefully and have been staunch allies for more than 50 years. The Zal have been offering assistance to Krenim refugees and have opened up a habitable planetoid in the area for their use until it's safe for them to return home. Yeah, one of the things that got mentioned kind of in the background is that somewhere along the line, the Krenim got their hind ends beaten 6 ways to Sunday. Apparently, somebody really went out of their way to get at them. Somebody being most likely the Vodwar. This detail will come up again.
Repeat, we are under attack by the Vodwar. Can anyone hear us? We need help.
We hear you. What's your status?
Our status. The colony is under a brutal and unjustified attack. We're trying to evacuate, but the Vodwar have established a blockade. The ships and shuttles we had left to evacuate with are being taken out by heavy cannon fire. Innocent people are dying. Look, we won't last much longer. Please, help us.
We are on our way.
Many thanks, and be careful. The Vodwar have set up heavy artillery cannons in orbit and are blasting anything that gets in range. Some of our ships are trying to break through the blockade. With your help, they might be able to make it. Hurry, those Vodwar butchers won't stop until there's no one left alive here.
I'm inclined to believe that you want me to go after the heavy artillery cannons, but let's make sure that that's the best use of our time. Is there something specific you wanted?
We need a beacon. It'll provide a waypoint for our evacuating ships. Once they have an escape location, the convoy ships will need protection. Keep them safe long enough for them to get away.
Now see, this is why I ask questions. In the words of a more notable Starfleet captain. Make it so. So we have a handy waypoint over there. So let's deploy the beacon. Oh, if this is the mission I think it is, this is going to be such a pain.
We're reading your beacon signal now.
Oh yeah,
Ships need repairs
this is
before
the
they can
mission.
escape the blockade.
This is going to be a little rough, potentially speaking.
Our ships are about to break through. Please cover their escape.
So not only do we have to cover escape, but we also have to repair ships.
Forces have followed raider vessels to this system.
Oh, awesome!
This is now an active combat zone. Any ships that do not...
Warning. Artillery in... Focus on the Vodwar. If they're gone, the Voth should leave.
So, you know, nothing but fun here. Voth and Vodwar, oh my. It's like, don't we have enough problems? Oh yeah, did I mention that the artillery is a nasty... Oh, nuts. Get out, get out, get out. It's a really nasty piece of work. You'll see these big red globes that pop up. That's a sign that, hi, this area is being targeted. Get away like you still can. Oh, come on. What happened to Vodwar going... Sorry, Voth going away? Oh, I take it back. I see the Vodwar vessel now. How about that? The Voth really did go away. Send a repair crew. Watch them do the repairs. And I'm pretty sure the next step is I have to escort them.
Thank you. We can make it from here.
Oh, thank heavens.
Warning. Artillery incoming. Exit area immediately.
Yeah, working on it. There we go. Okay, my shields are regenerating. Let's go pound on more Vodwar. I am there. Just wanted to make sure that I was really used. I was concerned that maybe I was heading towards the area that wasn't necessarily under immediate attack. I just wish that the artillery would take out the Vodwar too. Then again, why would the Vodwar be affected by Vodwar weaponry? Still, it's a dream. A worthy dream, but still a dream. Unfortunately, there are an awful lot of Vodwar around this area. Oh yeah. Okay, that didn't work out well. Oh, close enough for a repair crew. Let's do that. That is the primary goal here. I am not grabbing that lockbox.
Engines are online. We're getting out of here.
I approve of that plan.
Exit area immediately.
Okay, one more damaged ship. And since the Vodwar are kind of busy with the Voth, oh come on, finish repairing already. I guess they're going to insist on me blowing up the Vodwar before they can consider repaired. Vodwar. Important to go after the Vodwar, not the Voth. like they said, if I get rid of the Vodwar, the Voth will leave. That's a strategy I am wholeheartedly willing to accept. Especially since if I leave the Voth alone, they'll be more than happy to try taking out the Vodwar. That is the plan I approve of. Oops. Sorry. That's what I get for torpedo spreads. Well, I've already hacked them off, so I might as well drop some mines too. Let's be friends. I don't think he wants to be friends. There we go.
That's all of the stragglers. If you rejoin the fleet, we can make our escape.
You know, this is simpler than I remember it being. Either I'm thinking of something else that was similar, or they seriously nerfed this patrol. Because I remember this being a lot... Okay. Now we're getting closer to back what I remember. So we'll just basically shoot everything that Khan's read. If it moves, blow it up. I'll call in my reinforcements. I've made heavy use of my reinforcements ability today. I believe I've just gotten a Vodwar accolade. Huh. More of them seem to be gone than I expected. That was too easy. I suspect there's going to be a surprise in store.
You're a real lifesaver. Our
Maybe not.
evacuation ships are safely on their way. We even managed to get away with some critical supplies. Thank you.
Okay, what's next?
Once we've regrouped, I'll send scout ships back to look for any stragglers. Perhaps one day we'll retake our colony. But for today, I'm just glad my people are alive.
Good luck out there. Okay, more marks. We'll grab Romulan again. And we'll depart the system. We're also getting a bunch of other stuff that you might have seen flashing on the screen. Dilithium, other stuff. Nothing that's really going into my inventory much. Oh right, I wanted to check about those mines. Are those mines better than my biomolecular photon mines? I'm guessing not. Yeah, I didn't think so. We'll be keeping my good mines. Okay. One more patrol. I'm kind of pushing things here, but why not? Let's see. Travel speed is decent, but my quantum slipstream is active again, so it's not Argala. Argala has a reputation. I might have mentioned that early on in one of my early Delta Quadrant missions. Preying upon the weak. That's an ominous sound. Until the 2360s, the Farn system was home to a warp-capable species, seeking more resources and room to expand. The Farn clashed with their neighbors in the Perrine system and launched a war that left both of them vulnerable to the Borg. Good going, guys! The Collective assimilated more than 98% of the Farn population and the homeworld was abandoned. In 2373, a group of Farn drones freed from the Collective returned to the system and once again took up their war with the Perrine. Through the assistance of Commander Chakotay of the USS Voyager, the drones were linked to the collective mind of the Cooperative and conflict ceased. Well. So we're likely to deal with a fallout from Chakotay's actions. Great job, Voyager. Well, they are on our side. More or less.
Thank you for responding to our distress signal. We were unsure that it would reach anyone in time. I am James Hunt of the Borg Cooperative. We are in need of assistance.
So clearly he was a human. Oh. Yeah, it's a human name, so... What happened?
The local star is unstable. It periodically emits solar flares. We were struck by one, and many of our systems were disabled as well. Before that, we detected Vardwar strike teams in the area. They may see our vulnerable state and take advantage of the situation. If you can assist us with repairs, we will be able to defend ourselves.
Oh, I'm always happy to have the Borg on.
Of the Vardwar. The Borg are defenseless. In the interest of interstellar diplomacy, I'm giving you the opportunity to disengage. Leave this system at once. We will deal with the Borg ourselves. Fair warning, if you remain, we will deal with you as well.
Yeah, I've seen your version of diplomacy, guys. Not impressed.
So you're an idiot then.
Well, I can't deny that.
I'll try to make this brief. Painful, but brief. If you report damage on our vessels, we will be able to work together against the Vardwar.
Yes, working on that. Thank you. I'd rather have Borg assistance than not have Borg assistance, if you know what I mean. Especially given the large amount of Vardwar I see kicking over there. Okay, this is going to be rough. Even with the Borg, there are an awful lot of these guys. Oh! Not good, not good. Oh yeah, that was not good. Ah! Yeah, that was a world of not good. Having solar flares fry my shields at that particular critical moment, not good. I've decided that I prefer the Borg to take the lead on this. And I will spend a lot of time repairing that cube because... Oh, there goes the shields again. That is going to make this... Oh, nuts. There's 4 waves of this. Oh, this is gonna suck. Yeah, double plus on good. Oh, no, no. Double is too small. This is next level horror. I'm just going to hide behind the Borg here and let them do all the heavy lifting.
Solar flare imminent.
Wait for this flare to go. Hit the shields again. And actually, primary to the shields now. Right now, my survival is more important than the offensive weapons because, well, like I said, the Borg is going to do, they're going to do the heavy lifting. Although I might, you know, pick on some small fry. Prepare the spear. What I need is another blast of that flare to hit, so that it fries their shields. Yes, yes. That worked about as well as I could ask. Well, almost as well as I could ask. X Borg Cube. Borg Cube, go kick butt. Oh, good! Reinforcements! And I didn't even have to call these. Oh, nuts. Yeah, when they're tossing off their mega torpedo death, when my shields are down. I mean, heck, I hate being hit by those things with my shields up. This is not going great. But on the bright side, if a bright side can be found, the Vodwar numbers have gone down dramatically.
Solar flare imminent.
Oh, there goes the shields, right on schedule. Go get them. This guy's shy. Okay, now that I've got his attention, time to run away so that he'll chase me into the nest of Borg. Where do those reinforcements go? Okay, let's bring in my reinforcements. They'll stick around. Oh, thank God. For a minute there, I thought the Borg cube fried. I mean, it probably can't fry in this mission since this allows me to repair, but...
Target's shields have failed.
Ah, that spear is disabled again. I kind of need him being active because, again, they're doing the heavy lifting. Oh! I can repair 2 spheres. That's what I like about the Vodwar. Boundless confidence. Of course, with those mega torpedo salvos they like to toss off, they do have some justification for it. Really, the situation is best when the solar flares kick off. Shields, shields, shields. Life is so much better when they don't have shields anymore. As long as I repair myself faster than they repair themselves, we have the makings of a solid relationship.
Reinforcements from the cooperative have arrived.
Okay, looks like we got one more wave to deal with. Oops. Vodwar Juggernaut. I hate the look of that. Really, any starship type that has the word Juggernaut on it cannot possibly be good. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to leave that Juggernaut alone. Oops, do not be in salvo area. Do not be in salvo area. Yeah, the last thing I want... Wait, what was that? Vodwar Distress Beacon. Oh, I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure we don't want that around. Repair cube. Repair me. Repair cube again. That's a bad sign. Repair sphere. Repair me. Oh wait, we got 2 cubes in play? Awesome. We'll let the big bad Borg do their thing. Shield. You know, I would imagine that there are a lot of people there who never thought that we would be fighting side by side with the Borg. Of course, I guess we kind of did with Undine, but that doesn't really count. We weren't really fighting alongside the Borg. We were kind of just fighting the Undine because we were there already. The Borg weren't really helping. Ah, man, that Juggernaut is still kicking. I have a sneaky feeling I'm going to go into hell. I was thinking that the Borg would be able to be nice in flight and take out that Juggernaut by themselves, but this is clearly not happening. I am bitterly disappointed. Oh, there's another. Oh man, that cube looks like it's in a bad way. Let's fix them. Oh, both of them look in a bad way. Okay. I kind of saw that one coming. Those solar flares have been what you would call a mixed experience. On the one hand, I'm pretty sure that I would not have died quite so many times if I hadn't had my shields completely hosed by the solar flares. On the other hand, I'm also certain that this mission would be a lot uglier because well, we kind of need their ships to be hosed too by the solar flares. So, you know, it balances. Oh. And we are through. I'll grab more Romulan marks. So that'll be good enough for 2 more days worth of...
We will set a course beyond the range of these solar emissions and conduct final repairs.
Awesome. Feel free to hook up with us when we go up against the Vodwar in force.
Long-range scans are clear of the Vodwar, and the local star appears to have calmed. We are in need of no further assistance.
You know, if he'd said that like 5 seconds earlier, I would have disagreed with him, but they just finished off the last of the Vodwar. So, out we go. And that...
We've received a coded message from
Nope, we're done with that. And we have completed the patrol mission. And it is past the 10 o'clock hour, which means we are at the end of our evening. Our next episode will take place next week. We will be playing... Revolution! Ooh, catchy sound on that. And we will kick it off at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to roughly 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern next Wednesday. That's evening, not morning. Very important distinction. But if you really can't get enough of my voice, we will also be streaming Star Citizen on Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. If we're really, 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 really lucky, the Xenothreat event will have begun by then. If not, then I will be simply continuing with the Aurora MR Challenge. Good night, Fiendy. I hope everyone has enjoyed the stream, whether you're watching it live or later on video, either here on Twitch or on the YouTube channel. I'm always appreciative. Until next time, this is Korith Landwalker, signing off.